Hey, what's happening? It's your captain, Mr. J. Howard. Hey, listen, today I want to talk UX, UI. Sorry, need to get some chapstick too. So real raw, unfiltered. I'm not going back to edit this. I just want to have a conversation. So forgive me if it's not the most polished video, but we're gonna just talk. So, as you all know, I've worked on design stuff for quite some time. My first degree is in design, advertising design, and then marketing, and then my master's is in organizational management. Then throughout the course, I've always done some design work, whether it be dealing in Adobe with Adobe products, Photoshop, and you name it, or some website design, Figma for UX UI design, which is where I'm focusing now. Whether it be freelance or complete career transition, I don't know. I'm goaling for it. I'm aiming for it. I really want to get into tech. I think that I've always danced around it, whether I was doing some small business stuff, franchising, flipping houses. I know you're probably like, oh my God, that's like all the way through this, whatever. But no, real talk. I really, sometimes in life, you go through journeys to kind of line up what that course looks like. And then you just start stacking up your successful wins, right? But you got to figure out where you align. And for me, I do think I have a heart for UX UI, right? Whether it's the concepts, whether it's the design, whether it's the process, even going through case studies, dealing with wireframes, whatever the case may be. So I've been watching a lot of videos lately, like a lot of videos, and I actually learned the fundamentals of UX UI through Avo Academy, which I don't even know if they're still open or available. I reached out and they did respond, but it doesn't look like nothing else is working. Their social media is like super old, stuff, content is on there, and I don't think they're open anymore. But anyway, check them out. If they are open, go for it. I have no complaints. I was actually deployed throughout that process, or one of my deployments throughout that process of when I was getting finishing their course. I was in and out, but the fundamentals, the good thing is I had already knew some stuff, went there, got some better knowledge, feel like I mastered the concepts. Nowhere near became a master. I'm still learning. I'm still a student at heart, regardless. But anyway, watching time on the video. So got that done, and then just continue to work, master my craft, learn. Been doing a lot of YouTube. One of the things I've been really focusing on as I continue to branch out into that realm, into that world, is the networking aspect. You have to network. Like, out of all the videos that I've watched, hours and hours and listening, and I've even pushed music aside to where I'm just listening to things dealing with tech, things dealing with UX, UI. I do think boot camps are important. The formal education, I don't know. I've done it. I've done the degrees now, so I think that will help me. Do I think that's the only thing that gets you in? I don't think so. The stories that I've heard, some of these people don't have a formal, degree, associates, bachelors, MBA, whatever. No, they just went to a boot camp. I do think boot camps are essential because they give you the fundamentals. And if you go to the right boot camps, they'll let you practice. You actually do some projects, some case studies, and then you have some mentors to get some feedback. And I think all that is important. So what does transition look like? To me, it looks like getting the fundamentals understood. Can you do it without a boot camp? I think so, right? I think so. I don't know, because I went to a boot camp. But I do hear stories of people who just went on YouTube, who just went to Figma, opened up an account, and started learning, I think there's a lot of value in that. One of the things I'm trying to sharpen up is my portfolio. My link is in my description. So check my portfolio out. Give me some feedback. I'm open to feedback, good, bad, ugly. I'm a newbie. I'm a baby to this, so I'm open to all feedback so I can improve. And then, we'll see where it goes. So I'm just kind of documenting my journey as I continue to dive in that realm. I want to close out by saying one of the things I'm finding to be very important is LinkedIn. Right now, LinkedIn, applying for jobs on LinkedIn, as soon as it posts, you applied, 100 people applied, right? Do I think you have a chance as a newbie against all these? I think it just depends on the role. Junior UX designer, or entry level, maybe filter your searches by that. Some of the more senior roles, even though I have a good bit of operations experience and I have experience with user interface as far as the framework and stuff like that, in some of my other jobs, they weren't specifically design jobs, so I think that's not helping. But I do think, based on what I'm reading, some employers, some companies are looking for not just that design experience, because you probably won't design just because it's a UX job. You might deal with more of some of the thinking, some of the surveying, some of the research, and I'm okay with that. And then, you know, also one of the things that I know that I'm strategically trying to narrow in is being more a part of a team, because I want to learn, right? So then you have to factor in, are you willing to take a pay cut? You know, if you're already in an established career and you want to switch, tech can be very lucrative. But again, it's just a matter of getting in there. I feel like it's an industry that once you get in, you're in, and you're going to be fine. You're going to network and continue to grow. So that's why I'm focused on LinkedIn, you know, not just for the applying for jobs piece, but the networking with other UX designers, UI, just people that's in that tech field, recruiters. I'm posting more. I've updated everything. I'm posting some of my work, and it's growing. It's growing rather quickly. So I suggest that. All right, don't want this video to get too long. I just want to keep documenting this journey as I look at the UX UI transition stuff. All right, Jay.